All right, y'all. So I'm back. So this Friday, Jussie Smollett was sentenced. He's getting like 150 days in jail. You got to pay some fines and like 3 years or something of probation. The reason why I did want him to get convicted is because you lied about something so serious, so serious. You caused these cops to have to work overtime to look for people who did not exist. You knew they didn't exist. I don't know who you thought you was doing this to, like who you was getting over on, but it ended up making you look foolish. It took away the integrity of real complaint. So I don't have any pity for Jussie Smollett. While I'm sharing the screen, guys, please, subscribe to the channel, share the video, like the video, comment below. Tell me how you feel about this Jussie situation.
I would just like to say to Your Honor that I am not suicidal. That's what I would like to say.
Okay.
I am not suicidal.
Okay.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it.
Yes, definitely laughable, hilarious. Like, Bo was like, I am not like. I'm sorry. When he was like, I'm not suicidal. The judge was like, okay, I'm not suicidal. Okay. I am not suicidal. like, yo, he's not getting upset enough. I'm gonna get louder. I am not suicidal. And it's like, bro, like, why? Why do you feel the need to do this? And then of course, he stood up and, because if I did this, that means that I stood in the fears of Black people for over 400 years in this country. Yo, stop trying to talk about and the fears of LGBT. Yo, it's not a bunch of people walking around here scared, man. Stop trying to, don't put me in that. Don't put me in that. You know what I mean? Fears of Black people. I don't walk around here scared. Okay. I'm cool. Like, I mean, if I meet, I try not to curse on my channel. If I meet a bad person, I'll deal with that person accordingly, bro. But I am not walking around here scared of some sort of MAGA militia that does not exist. Okay. So just stop it for the pity. Okay. It just was hilarious. Like, but y'all didn't see the rest. Like, I was trying to find the bigger clip. Like, he walked out with the fist, was like, yeah, I mean, like I'm innocent. And everybody like, yeah, like, I'm like, yo, man, no, you're not. These are the delusional reactions that we need to talk about. That's delusional. He's up here walking around talking, you innocent. You're not innocent. Yo, when do you let this go? Like, you're not innocent. You're not. You've been caught. Massive evidence. They even got a tape of y'all. Like, they had which I wish they would have made public. They had a tape of him and the guys role playing the situation. Like, all right, so yeah, you won't be in the corner right there, and then you're gonna come through, and you're gonna tell me, I guess you're supposed to never say that you're guilty, but boy, I mean, talk about staying in character. Okay.
And he has owed an apology because he's getting dragged through this.
But my thing is, why aren't they bringing charges against the two brothers?
They're not bringing charges against the two brothers because they never lied to the cops, and they probably gave them immunity. But when the cops came to them like, yo, we found out that you did X, Y, Z, they told the truth from the door.
Against all the white people that call the cops for BS every single day.
Then there's that too.
And there she go. Bring charges on all the white people who call for BS every single. This man put up a role play. We're not talking about calling for BS. There's a lot of people who call for BS. That's not what he did. He role played this whole situation, like hired people, yo.
Every single day.
Yes. So the only thing I just want to avoid is that this has to be laid to rest, because we cannot put a culture out there where it becomes harder for us to believe victims that this has really happened to. We can't make it something we side-eye when that happens.
It's not about, I'm telling y'all, this is, Chicago politics is ruthless, okay? And I'm telling you, this is more about Kim Foxx and that situation than just.
She's right. Maybe it isn't just about him. It's more about what Kim Foxx. Yes, that's the DA in Chicago who refuses to convict. I'm complaining about Larry Krasner out here. This girl, you could kill somebody like on tape, and this girl will not have you convicted. Like, I've seen actual evidence of that happening. Okay, so even if it's about her, people need to get convicted. What point are you making here?
Jussie, they're just using Jussie as a scare. Come on, y'all. it was no victims. They can't really prove it.
Thank you.
Everything was
Even if it was a hoax, this is really happening all the time. And even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble. Like, I'm at my wit's end about us centering situations like this and wanting to make people have to pay. And it's like, Emmett Till's accuser was alive. I think she's still alive.
Yep.
Yes,
and
yes.
this young man died, and she announced that she was lying about it. They should have put the shackles on her that day, and she's walking around. So no one was hurt in this situation. Nobody, you know what they're mad about? Their time, their resources being
and the
used.
money that's
Taxpayers'
spent.
resources.
Sure.
Taxpayers' resources are being used every day to imprison people who have done nothing but be an addict. So I don't want to hear about Jussie Smollett.
Okay, but
All right. So anyway, so what you see in there, you know what? I'm not sure if this footage is actually about like him getting convicted right now, or if it was like when it first happened and he got caught that, he was lying or whatever to people. But so that was Amanda Seales, the girl with the braids. That was Amanda Seales. I used to like Amanda Seales on My Brother and Me, whatever. Amanda Seales is like totally jaded to the situation. It's like, why are we even doing this to Jussie? And so what? Because the other one, Lonnie or something, she like, but there was no victims, and they couldn't prove it. And so number one, it's not about that there was no victims, but there were victims. Like, you lied on a whole straight group of people. And the reason why I'm bringing this up as a Black woman, because I know people will say like, oh, you just hype, yeah, like y'all hear me, like, you just hype, because you just hype, what you just gonna do the white man's bidding. It's not about that, because y'all know if this was turned the other way around today, we all would be going off like, oh, they lied about a group of Black people. I would be too. I don't want this done to no race, period. I don't. Okay, so back to the girls. So, and then they're like, Lonnie, like, oh, they didn't have evidence. No, they had evidence, yo. They had evidence. Boy, they had the evidence of the role play. Okay. Now, Amanda, but she know they have evidence. So she's like, you know what, even if it was a hoax, because she knows she can't, because she's not stupid. She can't go with that whole they don't have evidence thing. And so she said, even if it was, this was still low-key noble, because this happens every day to people. So you lie about something so important that when you get caught, it does not, it is a human like reaction to be like, oh, none of this is happening. This just dumbed down the whole situation. It did. It's just a human reaction. They just mad because they had to use their time and resources. Yes, people are mad. They were looking. I remember when the cop was like, yo, this was a hoax. And the cop was pissed off. He was like, yeah, we had to spend a lot of time trying to find these people who did not exist, and not with that much help from him. Because remember, he was like hiding stuff. Like, I'm not giving him my phone. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I remembered all that. You know what I'm saying? So no. And then, Emmett Till's accusers, there y'all go bringing up, but this had happened, so this is okay. Not true. If you really have a problem with the fact, when we do that, you know what? Emmett Till's accuser is still free, and they should have put the shackles on her that day. Amanda, I will agree with you on that. But if you're going that hard about that, why don't you start a petition about that then? Why don't you talk about that? Don't wait until Jussie Smollett gets caught up to now bring up Emmett Till's accuser. You know what I'm saying? The after the fact, the after effect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she shouldn't be out free. She shouldn't. So do something about it. I wonder if Amanda started a petition to get her in jail or to investigate the crime. I'm pretty sure she hasn't. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be all the way funky and real. And a lot of people are not going to like hearing it. Amanda Seales and Jussie Smollett both have the same issue. Now, I don't know if Amanda Seales is biracial, but she certainly is light skinned and she has curly hair. And Jussie Smollett is biracial. And they've been told somehow by somebody that they weren't Black enough for some reason. You know what I'm saying? For reasons. They weren't Black enough. Okay. And Jussie Smollett probably felt like he had to fight hard to be Black and fight the power and all. And so in order to consider yourself Black, it's like you got to be fighting some fear of something. No, you're Black, and I think he's Black and French. You Black and French, be you. That's it. Amanda Seales, you light skin. I'm sure there's some sort of history back there of why you look like, it does not even matter. It doesn't, but this is how borderline personality disorders can start. They can stem from things like this. Somebody probably told a girl, You're not that good of an actor anyway. You just got the part because you light skinned, and now she had to prove her blackness, and that's why every day she goes off about something whiteness, something she gives value to white people. When you do that whole white privilege and all, you give a lot of value to a race of people who aren't even thinking about you. Seriously, who if you just talk to, we should just all have dialogue. That's it. Okay, that's it. I've seen Amanda Seales make comments about if you don't like some documentary she did, oh, then you're a coon. And it's like, damn, like, wow. Yeah, Black Lives Matter, Black Power, right? Okay. That's why I don't buy none of these people's stuff. I don't. That's why a lot of this social activism now, not civil rights movements from the past, but that social activism today, it stems from some sort of insecurity about their own blackness. I'm dead serious. I am. Because the best social activism I feel like you could do is be the best you that you can be, and then you spread knowledge to your community. If that's how you want to, if you want to empower your people, you want to empower Black people, spread knowledge. Tell them like, no, we shouldn't hate the Constitution. We need to learn about the Constitution so we learn about our rights, because it's not going anywhere. Things like that. Instead of, yeah, we're still going to fight for Jussie. This is a waste of time baseless campaign. Jussie, this was wrong what you did. Enjoy your 2 weeks in jail in protective custody and you'll be out. And I bet you they give you a reality show anyway. Jussie, he'll be fine. He will. Okay, so that's how I feel about that. And that's how I feel about them. All right, so I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.